The definition of patience is to suffer, to be a patient, to need help. People think that patient people just don't feel impatient, but they feel fine in all circumstances where they have to wait for what they want. That is utter bullshit. A patient person will feel impatient. A patient person will feel pain. The definition of patience is to suffer. But it's what you do with that pain, it's how you react. That's what defines a patient person from an impatient person. Happy Sunday, bro. If you're watching this when I upload this, it's a Sunday. I've had a hell of a work week. You can probably tell I'm a bit broken. But these videos on Sundays are usually just like a little catch up before we start the week again, right? A bit more laid back. I hope you're doing well. Listen, it all comes down to stoicism. It always comes down to stoicism. Because what you feel and what you do are two separate things. You always have a choice of how you act. No matter how much you're convinced the opposite, you have a choice. You cannot control how you feel. To an extent, you cannot control what you think about, but you can control how you act. What you do, how you view the situation, how you choose to accept it. I used to be a lot different to the young man you're seeing now. I used to be a uni student who planned to do the things I'm doing now, and almost got high off that plan of I have a future. I was on the outside probably more confident, had a higher ego. I was fucking. I was fucking around. I was indulging in hedonism more than I should. I was still staying disciplined. I've always been like that, but I was definitely a lot more self-gratifying. And I knew one day I was going to sacrifice it all to work on myself, and that's who I am right now. I am sacrificed. I work a grueling job that I enjoy at the moment, but it is grueling. I've just done 4 14-hour shifts in a row. This is my first day off. And I'm doing this at the same time. This is the main plan. And one day this will be the main thing that I do. But I know I have to be patient. When I turned 21, I genuinely looked in the mirror and said, I'm not going to chase women for the next year. And I've stuck to that. It's been fucking difficult. And I know that you might think and you might say to yourself that, what is the problem with that? For me, it's a distraction, and it always will be. I convinced myself that it wasn't in the past. I convinced myself that it was just natural to, and it is. But every time I'd chase sex, or chase any kind of feeling to do with a woman, it would throw me off my path. I've come here to this new city, and I've pretty much start from ground zero. I could have stayed where I was and kept this weird ego. I could have not challenged myself, and many people do that, but I've thrown myself under the bus intentionally, knowing that one day it's going to make me stronger because I'm building more of that real confidence. And that takes patience. Why did I tell you that story, bro? Because sometimes you can convince yourself you're not on the right path simply because it's not feeding your ego, because it's difficult. You'll convince yourself that you were happier before, where it was easy, where maybe the image of yourself was higher, but when you strip everything back and you start from ground zero, That's when you can actually grow. Sacrifice, patience. Both of them don't feel good. The progress you get with it feels good, but it's a different kind of feeling to taking a drug or having sex or any of those high intensity pleasures. Patience feels bad sometimes. To be patient is to suffer. But there's one thing you get with it, and that is delayed gratification. And do you know what delayed gratification feels like? Much better than anything you will ever feel from instant gratification. Delayed gratification that's success. If you can chase that. If you can be willing to put yourself in situations where you have to wait, you have to work, and at first get hardly any results, again and again. And if you can relentlessly keep showing up, you will go far. And that's the truth. Everyone's looking for this quick fix in life. Everyone wants they want the dream physique in a week. They want to get good at a skill in a week. They want sex, but they don't want to get to know someone or practice their game, so they watch porn. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone, this new society is based on impatience. And that's why most people don't get what they want or what they need. If you want to be successful, you have to develop patience. And patience is not the feeling of not feeling impatience. Patience is simply not acting upon it. Patience is simply being okay with suffering, with pushing yourself through difficulty to get to your goal. That's patience. Patience is to suffer. And how much can you handle? I'm at a point in my life where I'm being tested regularly, and that will probably only get more intense, and I can either fall over, I could cope with it by indulging in instant gratification, which is very tempting, or I could show myself what I'm really capable of, and I invite you to do the same. I don't know where you are in life, bro, but know that you have two options. You have the easy path and the hard path, and every day you choose the easy path, you're getting further away from your goals, and every time you choose the hard path, you're getting closer to them. And on the hard path, you're going to need a whole lot of patience, and patience is to suffer. But what is interesting, bro, is if you choose to not suffer, if you choose to go for the easy path where you get all this instant gratification without doing any of the work, you will suffer more. Because being patient means you have to wait, you have to take things slowly, take things step by step and improve and see the progress, maybe not even a month down the line. But when you eventually do, you will have self-respect, you will have love for yourself, and your confidence will be up. Not just your ego, your confidence, which is the most important thing. But if you take the path of taking pleasure now without doing any of the work, you will get pleasure now. But what about when that stops? You watch that video, you eat that junk food, you take that drug, and then what? You're left exactly where you were, still seeking pleasure, but now you have self-hatred, self-disrespect, and no confidence, and maybe a possible ego to try and hide that. You have two choices, bro. Choose wisely. Every day matters, and remember, be patient. Say less. Do more.